cabinets for the Good Things Utah kitchen, provided by Davis Brothers Cabinet Makers.
You can make them on a set. You can make them with your pet. You can make them when you're wet. Here we go. I know, that was pretty lame. Reagan's was much better. You can make them on the lawn. Here we are with Chef Tom. How are you?
Well, Angie, it is just dandy, and I can't think of anything else that rhymes with Angie, or even close to rhyming with Angie.
Angie, Dangie, Bangie.
Bangie.
Bangie, I don't know.
Bangie,
we'll see.
That's perfect.
Okay, there you have it. We're making green eggs and ham, and this is so fun because it was Dr. Seuss's birthday a little bit earlier this month, and so we had the Reading Across America. So in honor of that, or is that why we're doing green eggs and ham? Or did you just think it was
St. Patrick's Day, and I just love the idea of doing something like this because it's so easy to do with your kids.
Yeah.
It's essentially, this whole concept is a mixture of different types of greens, different types of hams that you put together in a way that so your kids can say, well, Mom, I want this, I want that, and put it together and really make their own version of this dish.
Okay.
So I've got two different ramekins here, one for me and one for you.
Great.
So what we want you to do first is pick a couple of different hams. I really like the combination of prosciutto and I've got some sage right here. Prosciutto and sage, that's like peas and carrots.
Okay.
It's so good together.
All right, I want to try that.
You could do this with any type of ham. This is just regular deli ham that you find sitting.
Do you have to oil the bottom of it?
I put a little oil in here already. If you're using a ham like this, like a pancetta or a prosciutto, you really don't have to do it because there's enough natural oils in there that it's not going to stick to the bottom of your pan.
Okay.
So you've got prosciutto. I'm going to do regular ham, but I'm also going to throw a little pancetta in here. And then the next thing you do is pick some...
You're wild, Tom.
I'm
You're
going
wild.
crazy. So pick a couple of greens. I've got some arugula, spinach, basil, rosemary, which is so good with this, and then some sage. The interesting thing about dark greens like this is they are full of antioxidants, which makes sense because as they're sitting on the tree during the photosynthesis process, you get all this oxygen that's produced, and so you've got to have something in the plant itself, in the leaf itself, to prevent it from being oxidized. So they're full of antioxidants. So go ahead and choose your own adventure.
Okay, what did you say goes well with the pancetta?
You know, I really like pancetta. I like to do about a half a teaspoon of sage and about a quarter teaspoon of rosemary. So go ahead and put that in. I'm going to do just straight arugula. I'm going to put quite a bit of arugula. That's about, we'll call that 2 tablespoons.
See, and I might make another one because I love the basil too.
Oh, it's so good.
I love basil. Okay.
And then,
is that enough?
That's perfect. Okay. In fact, the really interesting thing about antioxidants that are in these things is most antioxidants are oil soluble and not water soluble. So to make them so that they are better for your body, you want to just give it just a little spritz of oil.
Great.
Not enough. It's like 5 calories.
Nothing.
Take a couple of eggs.
Okay. Oh, you crash them together like that? That's dangerous.
I'm brave.
Wow.
And just put it in, and you don't want to scramble them. You want to just keep them nice and whole. So you end up with 2 egg yolks sitting on either side of your pan, and then you'll just top it with a little bit of cheese. I've got some Monterey Jack, which I really like. I've got some Brie, which is incredible.
Ooh, I'm going to try the Brie. Is that all right? You can try the Monterey Jack. Okay, here we go. You just place it across the top?
Just layer it across the top like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this in an oven, 350-degree oven. Here's what makes this dish so good. Eggs, the way that egg proteins thicken up, the whites thicken up about 145, and the yolks thicken up about 160. But when you cook them slow in an oven-type application, the way that they set is much more gentle on the egg, and so you get a really delicate and delicious egg. In fact, I've got some in the oven already that when you pull it, you're not going to believe that these are the eggs because you're probably used to eating kind of a little rubbery egg that is fried. Incredible. It's going to change your life.
Okay, change my life. That is a big promise, Chef Tom.
So we're going to take these and throw the ones we just made in the oven, and while we're doing that...
Use a hot pad, please. We don't want it to change your fingers.
We're going to
you need your fingerprints in
the old ones out, but the new... And I've got one... this one is Brie with arugula. This one is mozzarella jack with rosemary and sage. And you notice, see how they get all nice and browned up? That's when you know they're done.
Okay,
And
so you put ours in there, right?
Yours are in there, absolutely. Ours are in there.
Now, is this going to burn me if I eat it right now, or do I need to let it cool for just a sec?
You might want to. The funny thing about this dish is when it's right out of the oven, it's so good that you don't care how hot it is. But when I make this, I'll eat it, and I'm just blowing on the thing like crazy. I'm eating and blowing as I'm putting that down because it's
I'm going to
so
taste it if
delicious.
you promise not to make fun of me. We ran out of utensils in the kitchen. So I'm going to use a plastic knife and a pie cutter.
But you are absolutely going to love this. It's going to your version of what you think of egg yolks are and egg whites are, and it's
Look at this.
Unbelievable.
Look at that. Okay, I couldn't quite get the ham, but I need to get that little piece of the ham too. All right, here we go. All right, look at that.
For science.
Look at that yummy. It just is cooked perfectly. Here we go.
Well, the thing about this is a lot of times when you cook it also in the oven, it turns green. And there's all these sulfur compounds that are formed. You don't get that here, and so it's unbelievably delicious. It's so easy to do with your kids.
Green eggs and ham. Who knew it could be so artistic and so yummy at the same time? Of course, Chef Tom did, because he comes up with all of these brilliant concoctions for us. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
All right, we're going to get you the recipe for these green egg and ham concoctions right there on our website, abc4.com, or you can call our recipe hotline. That number is 801-975-4443. Press 2 for recipes. This truly is brilliant. Thank you, Chef Tom. All right, stick around, everybody. That mom blogger from West Jordan, she's here to show us how to make your own window cleaner and do it for a lot less. We'll be right back.
Countertops and stonework for Good Things Utah, provided by European Marble and Granite.